What's up, everybody? We are diving into 2024 King of the Hammers prep on our 4Runner. We have a long list to get through. We're definitely behind schedule, as probably every other team is right now, getting their cars ready. But we're stoked. To start, we got our Icon suspension pulled out. We shipped those off to Icon. Those are going to get a fresh rebuild. But I'm going to run you kind of through the list of things that we are dealing with right now and problems that we need to get solved before we head out to the lake bed. So I have a list that we've made. We went through the car with pretty much a fine-tooth comb, looking for all the problems we could find, and some things that we ran into at Havasu, which was our most recent race. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Really awesome video, great race, second place. Car did really well, but definitely some work to do. For starters, one of the things that had happened at Havasu is our engine cage, with all the chatter bumps and everything, and just some fatigue, it basically disintegrated. So we got a lot of cracked tubes. We're gonna cut the whole thing out, rebuild it. We got some 2-inch and 1 3/4 DOM over here to put into there. Rear axle seal started leaking. It's an internal seal design. We have some new seals, so we'll have to pull the third member, put new seals in. We have a leaking rear brake caliper, which we believe is just a fitting, so I think we just have to replace a bleeder on that. Shocks got sent out to Icon. Those are just getting a once through. Fresh seals for Hammers. Hammers is a hard race on shocks, a lot of whoops, and a lot of miles, so fresh start there. We have a passenger side header leak, so we might just have some loose hardware, maybe a crack. Everything's solid mounted, so there's potential for some things to flex and move a little bit there. So find that. We want to go through our steering rack, make sure everything's good there, double check that there's no leaks, double check our tie rods, make sure there's no play. We're making new rock sliders finally. Our old ones look like bent pool noodles. So we have some 2x3 3/16 wall square tube that we're going to make some outriggers for the frame, and then we're going to do 1/4-inch aluminum and then UHMW. So it'll be nice and slick, super high and tight to the bottom of the truck, and serviceable, which will be really nice. So if we ruin that front face, we can put new aluminum and new UHMW, and that structure underneath shouldn't be too messed up after racing. So that'll be good. We're doing a new fan. Our current fan is just a factory Toyota fan. It works okay, but to get some extra cooling, we want to do a fan. It's a recommendation from Greg. It's called a Flexolite fan. So at low RPM, it pushes a ton of air, and as the truck spools up more and you get to higher RPM, the fan blades actually flex and allow it to spin faster and not push as much air now that you have more natural airflow coming through the front of the truck. So that'll be good. We have some tubes to move around back by the fuel cell. Now that we have a bigger fuel cell, we have a lot less room to service that. So we're gonna move some stuff around back there, make access easier. We might make those tubes removable, so you can just pop those tubes out and get into the top of the fuel cell without removing the cell. We have valve cover gaskets we gotta do. We have some new engine pulleys we wanna throw in, just because both those have over 200,000 miles on it. Have never been touched, and we were starting to notice some wear and tear there. High output alternator is something we really want to do as well. We had some issues. When we're running all of our lights out at Havasu, we saw some voltage drop. So we just want to mitigate any potential issues that could arise from that, especially as the alternator gets older. So we're probably going to put in a high output alternator. Not sure what company we're going to go with yet for that, but that's on the list. Outside of that, some body work to get to, new fiberglass, and then we'll probably change up the old look of the car. So we'll probably strip this down, send the car over to Pure Blind, and get it rewrapped. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do in 30 days. Well, now it's 29 days, but we're gonna get cracking on it. Almost Truck's all cleaned up, engine's out. Pretty much we're about as torn down as we're gonna get for prep. We do have to do some stuff with the rear axle, and then we're replacing some hardware here and there, but for the most part, compared to last year, I'll have David throw a picture in of what the car looked like at full teardown last year. We have a lot less work to do. But now that everything's cleaned up, I got everything prepped to start fabbing up our engine cage, and as you can see, we're actually already started on it. But we're gonna be showing you this in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this, like the video, comment. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Make sure you subscribe and come back next week to check out more progress on the car.